Well, hello, church. We have some very exciting news to share with you tonight, and I've been waiting to be able to tell you this, and very happy to be able to do so. But beginning this Sunday, May 17th, we will be beginning our building reopening plan at our church. What we're going to call this is our building reopening plan. The church itself has not been shut down, but of course, the building has been temporarily closed. So we are working on a plan, and we have this in place to reopen our building for our regularly scheduled services. Keep in mind as we talk about this that we are looking at these things as if there are no changes coming from government officials that may relax or go back on some of the guidelines that we've had. But if all things stay in place as they are, these are the plans that we have laid out and looking forward to over the next couple of months. But it's going to begin with this coming Sunday, May 17th. We will be restarting our in-person Sunday morning service at the church building at 11 o'clock. In addition to being back in person on the 17th, we realize that there will still be some that will be unable or uncomfortable to be back out just yet. And so to help with that, we are going to continue our live streaming of our service. It will be live from our sanctuary. That will go out on Facebook Live, just as we've been doing over this period of being away. So if you're not able to be with us in person, you can log into Facebook or just go to Facebook. You don't need an account, and you'll be able to watch us online whenever you are not able to be with us in the sanctuary. So we hope that will be something that you can take advantage of if for some reason you can't be there. But we want to make that available since we've started it, that all can utilize that if necessary. There will be no Sunday school. There will be no discipleship training or anything like that, simply because of space requirements. But we will be restarting our Sunday morning service. We will have children's church during that time, at the regular time during the morning service. And so we're excited about that. Again, no Sunday school, no discipleship training, no Sunday evening service just yet. Our Wednesday evening services, beginning, of course, that next week, will still be streamed online. We won't be meeting there yet. That will still be online. No Sunday evening service yet online, but we'll be in person beginning the 17th, this Sunday, for Sunday morning worship at the church. And we will enjoy that time tremendously. As we go a little bit further, we go into June, and we're looking at June the 7th. And beginning on June the 7th, we're going to add at that time our Sunday evening and our Wednesday evening services back into the schedule. So we'll be meeting in person for Sunday morning services, Sunday evening, and Wednesday evening, beginning on June the 7th. There will still be no Sunday school. There will still be no discipleship training during that time. There will not be choir practice. We'll discuss that in a moment because of size and space limitations on things. But beginning on June the 7th, we will add back all of our regularly scheduled services Sunday morning, Sunday evening, and Wednesday night. That schedule will carry us forward until Sunday, July the 5th, which is the following month. On that date, our plan is to add back Sunday school and discipleship training to our regular schedule. And so at that point, beginning July the 5th, we'll be back to our full and usual schedule of events at the church. Of course, looking forward to that and looking ahead, but also realizing that if anything changes in the guidelines, we'll have to make the changes as necessary as well. Our ongoing activities at the church, just to keep you updated on those and how all of this will look. Food boxes are already in progress. We actually delivered those this week on Tuesday. So food boxes are going on already with a modified format of doing that, but they are ongoing. Our men's prayer time, which has not met since mid-March, that will begin back on Tuesday, June the 2nd. If you are part of the men's prayer meeting on Tuesday morning, we'll be meeting back together again on June the 2nd. Breakfast, which we've not had in a while, we will look to resume breakfast on July the 26th. And in keeping with most of the schools, the county schools, the city schools with their delayed graduations, we want to recognize our graduates also on July 26th. We don't want to forget that. They've missed out on so many things, and we still want to recognize them, and that will occur on July the 26th as well. Our monthly dinners, the ladies and the men both go on. Those are still temporarily until further notice postponed based on further guidelines from the governor. Right now, there can only be 8 people seated per table. So for right now, we're going to postpone those until we get different guidelines from the governor's office so that we'll be able to meet together. So you may be wondering when we come May 17th, this Sunday for morning service at 11 o'clock, what's going to be different? How are things going to look when we come back? Well, first of all, we're going to encourage the use of masks. If you don't have one, we have some available at the church to give to you if you're in need of one. It is not a mandatory thing, but they are encouraged. And of course, you are welcome to wear a mask if that is something that you want to do. The other thing that will be different as we meet back together is that according to guidelines put down by the Department of Public Health, self-service drinks cannot be used at church, which means and I know this will be sad for so many, but we will have to take the coffee maker out of use temporarily until that prohibition is lifted. And also the water fountain will be closed, and so it has been taped off, and we will not be able to use it or the coffee maker during our time together, at least as we start going back. Communion. Communion is postponed until further notice. We've discussed this and talked about it, and really in a way to make it easy for everybody, but also to be able to keep that contact down as we are asked to do. We really don't have a way. If we can come up with a way, we will start that back sooner rather than later. But right now, that's what we're looking at. Also, the offering plates, we will not have a time of offering during the service. The offering plates will be placed at the exits. As you leave, you may drop your gifts into the plates there. That will also minimize touching of shared objects. We will have no fellowship time either during our services until further notice. Feel free to greet each other with a smile and a wave. But as far as the person-to-person contact, they have asked that be limited as much as possible. We will have both doors into the sanctuary open, both doors unlocked and available at the front doors so that you can come in and out 2 separate doors so that we don't have so many people going in and out the same door. We will be making sure that everything is wiped down. Shared surfaces, of course, will be wiped down and made sure that they are cleaned well after our service is over. When we go back into meeting multiple times on Sundays, we will make sure that in between services that those are cleaned down so that we don't have any issues there. Probably the biggest change you're going to notice, other than just the schedule that we're used to, will be the distancing requirements that have been put into place. with the 6-foot social distance guideline from so many sources, including the guidance that we got from the Department of Public Health. When you come to the sanctuary, you're going to see something that looks like the pictures that are here on your screen. We have separated the seats. There are some groups of 2, there's some groups of 3, and they have been spread out so that there are 6 feet of space between each group of chairs. Of course, families may sit together. If you are members of the same household, you are, of course, very welcome to sit together. But if you are from different homes, different residences, you are asked to be spaced 6 feet apart. And so we have done that for you with the locations of the seats as you see there on the screen as you come in. And of course, if we need extra seats or need to rearrange, we'll be able to do that. But each set of rows, each set of seats is spaced 6 feet apart. And so that will help us to take care of the requirement of the social distancing that the guidelines have laid out. So that is our plan. We are looking very forward to being back together again. It's been about 2 months since we've been able to gather together at the church building. Looking forward to that, looking forward to seeing all those who can be able to be there and be part of that. And again, making sure we take into account all of the precautions that we have been advised about. As we do that, do please remember that all of this is according to guidelines, and if those guidelines were to change, we will change our plans accordingly. But we believe that this is the safest and the right speed of getting things back together, and we're looking forward to being able to do that. As far as we mentioned, as far as worship service, there will be no fellowship time, no offering time, so that'll be different. We'll have to have our choir in the audience with everyone else, as we cannot do the social distancing of 6 feet in the choir area. So that is another change that you're going to see. But things are looking up. Things are looking brighter. We're looking forward to being back together with you on Sunday morning. What a wonderful day that will be. How happy I am to be able to say to you as we look forward to that, something we haven't been able to say in quite a while, and that is, we'll see you Sunday. God bless you. Have a wonderful day, and we can't wait to see you in just a few days. Goodbye.